Well, for this month's Ridge Monkey piece, we've got a very new item to have a little look at, something that we've all been anticipating for a long time, and that is a stove designed for the toasters themselves. As you can see, it's got a nice squared shape. It's got a nice flat surface so that your pan sits on it, balances on it perfectly. But better than that, it's also got little adjusters on each leg so that you can actually change the height of it to make sure that you've got a nice flat pan. And obviously when you're cooking certain things, you know, you want that oil to be as even as possible in the bottom and heat to be as even as possible, and that solves that problem. So got something a little bit different to cook for you today. Obviously when you're out on the bank, it's nice to have a little snack here and there. Here's a pretty healthy one, and very easy to knock up as well. So the old popcorn. Now obviously you could go and buy it in a bag and it would all really be sweetened or with salt, whatever you want, but that's cheating. And also there's a lot of rubbish that goes into them to make them unhealthy, so you can make it a bit healthier on the bank. So first of all, get the pan. I'm going for the combi pan. I was going to do it in the normal Ridge Monkey or the larger one, but I'm thinking this is going to give me a lot more space to work with. Those little grains swell up massively, so yeah, we're going for the combi to give us a bit more room. Okay, so let's fire this up. Now, before I do, underneath you see it's got a built-in piezo, and it's also got this adjustment on the side here. So basically, when you're cooking toasties and things like that, you want it on the lowest setting possible, and some cookers, they're a bit too fiery, so it's very hard to get them on a low setting. So this allows you to have it opened up on the normal setting off the gas canister there, and then you can adjust it just simply by twisting this. So if you want it nice and low, you can have it nice and low, and you know, obviously during cooking you might want to change the heat, so that makes it nice and simple. Okay, let's get it going. Don't need it too low. Just show you that adjuster there. You can just hear that. Get it nice and low. There we go. Right, let's pop the combi on there. Get some oil in the pan. Kind of just about covering the bottom of the pan there. Now I want to get that nice and hot. Now it doesn't need to be stupidly hot, the oil, just warm it up a little bit. Now you've got to be a little bit careful when you're putting this in, because as I mentioned before, you'll be surprised at how much that will swell up. So I've just got a very small amount in there. Let's see how we go with that. Just turn it up a little bit more. And obviously it's just a case of waiting, and after a certain amount of time, when the oil gets to the right heat, and they're going to start popping. Now the popping has begun. I'm pretty sure, if I remember rightly, it's about 10 seconds. So when the popping, when it gets to the point that there's 10 seconds in between the pops, then it's done. Now this is actually a first. I like to see these things in the supermarket and think, yeah, I'll give that a go, and rather than any normal person, you know, actually testing it before actually doing it on camera, I like to do it live. So it could go horrendously wrong, but fingers crossed it's all going to be all right. I'm sure there's not much you can do to spoil popcorn, other than overcooking it, of course, but with the 10-second rule, it's not going to happen. Right, smells like it might be starting to burn a little bit, so I think maybe we should bail out there. Right, let's have a little look then. There's a couple of little bits in there that are burnt, but I think we just about got away with that. So there's a couple of bits in there that aren't quite done right, so I'd say in future I probably wouldn't have it quite as high, and it'd be absolutely fine. Now obviously there's lots you can do with popcorn. Well, I say there's lots. You can have it salty or you can have it sweet. There's not loads, but it actually tastes pretty good all on its own. If you are going to go down the salty route, I'd say go for a healthier salt, you know, a nice bit of Maldon sea salt or something like that. None of that table salt rubbish. And there you go. Popcorn on the bank, nice little snack. I know there's a lot of people that like to take a little DVD player with them, or their laptop, and watch a film in the evenings these days. Watch a film, make some popcorn. Happy days.